Pastor. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Hello. It is so nice to be with you on this beautiful Shabbat morning. Great to be with you, too. Okay. Glad that we started things off together. Here, welcome to Congregation B'nai Israel. This is your first time here. We are thrilled that you are here. That is Cantor Muchnick right over there. I am Rabbi Keller, and we're happy to celebrate and honor Shabbat with you, and also celebrate Justin, right? Yes, very nice, very happy. And so here at Congregation B'nai Israel, everything that we do is not a spectator sport. So please join us and pray along and read along and chant along. All our books have transliteration in them. That's the Hebrew with English letters. So you can follow along with everything that we are doing throughout the service for us. So those of you on our live stream, if those of you are far away or close by on our live stream, hello and welcome. We're happy that you are with us too. You can follow along as well with everything that we're doing in our Sidurim, in our prayer books. You can go to our website, cbiboca.org. cbiboca.org. Top left corner says menu. After you hit menu, there's a little drop down that goes to services. You can hit the button that says services, scroll down a little further, and then you'll see there's a button there that says prayer book, and you can follow along with us with our prayer book, because it's going to be helpful for you to know what we're doing throughout our service, because it's good to know that stuff. So before we delve deeply officially into our service, Justin, becoming bar mitzvah, gets to drape himself. He gets to drape himself in our fringes of our talit, of our prayer shawl, which signifies this moment that only a bar mitzvah can actually do that. That only someone who becomes a bar mitzvah can wear this talit. And so we are going to continue with the presentation of said talit. So, parents, please join us at the bima here, And make sure you turn on that microphone over there. And then, yeah, make sure that mic is on, and then...
Test.
Yes, good. Perfect.
Test,
Thanks, buddy.
test.
Nice.
They both work?
All right, you guys are going to read that right there. Go ahead.
On this Shabbat, we rejoice in your coming of age, in our tradition as a symbol of your entrance as a responsible member into the adult Jewish community. It is our honor to present you with this talit. This talit Justin actually picked out. Him and Mindy were on a website and they... What's that?
I don't know if they can hear you in the mic.
I think my voice is loud, right? Everybody can hear me. A little louder? This talit Justin picked out, and it was special to him, so we are excited to present this to him. Our tradition teaches us to put the tzitzit fridges on the corners of our garments in every generation as a reminder to observe all of our God's commandments. Now as a bar mitzvah, a child of the commandments, you are ready to make moral choices, to grow emotionally and intellectually, and to take responsibility for the mitzvah and your decisions. Be holy unto your God, bring blessings to our world, and may you bring to the household of Israel the same pride and joy, nakas, that you bring to us. Justin, you have to do this one. Hold on, before you start.
So you can help drape him in the talit, and then we will collectively say our blessing of appreciation of putting on this talit onto Justin. If you'd like the words for this, by the way, you can join us in this collective experience on page 72 in your prayer books, if you'd like to go there on the bottom, page 72.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy through the mitzvah and commands us to wrap ourselves in this fringed garment.
Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Okay, that was great so far. That was a great start. Now the talit is on, we can continue with our service. So parents, you can do a couple of hugs and kisses to the kid. Give Justin a nice. There you go. Good stuff. It's the inevitable kippah falling off. It happens. And we're going to continue now with our service with Ma Tovu on page 74.
Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, v'ani berochasecha, avo beitecha, אשתחווה אליך קודשך ביראתך אדוני אהבתי מעון ביתך ומקום משכן כבודך משכן כבודך מה טובו מה טובו אוהליך יעקב משכנותיך ישראל מה טובו מה טובו אוהליך יעקב משכנותיך ישראל משכנותיך ישראל.
So we got to welcome in the Shabbat. We got to officially welcome all of you. We got Justin to connect with our mitzvot, with our commandments, and drape himself in those fringes. And we welcomed our morning together. And now we are going to transition into the more center part of our service. So we continue with Chatzi Kaddish, which is on page 106.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך ירצה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומייכון וחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לא מהמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה בריחו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמא ויאמרו Amen.
We continue now with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, on page 108. 108, and together we stand.
Lai 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 Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Lai 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 lai
Thank God for making day. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or v'choshech oseh shalom uvoreh et hakol. We continue now with the words of the Shema, perhaps the most important and guarded words of our people, 114, 115.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue on page 116.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. The beautiful structure of every one of our services is that we enter our space appreciating the day. In the morning, we move into the Baruch Hu, our call to worship, and then we experience these connections between creation, revelation, and redemption. So we thank God for making day with creation. We just moved on right now and appreciated God's connection to revelation. And now we continue with redemption, which are the words of Micha Mocha on page 122.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. שירה חדשה שיבחו גאולים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופתחי נאומך יהודה וישראל, גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
And now that we've connected creation, revelation, and redemption, we continue now with our Amidah, a section of blessings that connects us to our forefathers and to the strength of God, and of course to the beautiful day of the Sabbath, the beautiful day of Shabbat, which I think you'll agree is quite lovely today. Thank you, Florida, for making it a lovely day. Not cold anywhere. No one had to wear a scarf. Anyone wear a scarf today? No? I'm not wearing a scarf. Do you own a scarf?
No.
Yeah, I only own one scarf. So yeah, so no scarves. It's like a no. People fly in from somewhere that wear scarves. Anyone fly in where you need a scarf? Everyone's from here. Someone fly in from anywhere that needs a scarf? Thank you. One hand ran up. No one's from Chicago, New York, New Jersey, or Philadelphia here? Yeah, all right, great, okay. So no scarves, I love it. It's a no scarf Shabbat. So we get to continue now with the Amidah. That's on page 124 in our Sidurim, in our prayer books, 124, and together we stand.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Ha'gibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Elam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav lehoshia, mashiva ruach morida gashem, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מחמוך בגבורות ומדו מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני Mechayeh HaKol.
We continue now with the Kedusha, page 130.
Nekadesh et shemcha ba'olam Keshem shemakdishim אותו בשמי מרום הכתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך כל הארץ כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו אחד הוא אלוהינו הוא אבינו הוא מלכנו הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי אני אדוני אלוהיכם ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהי ציון לדור ודור הללויה לדור ודור להגיד גודלך ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take some time now for our own silent prayers, thoughts, and meditations beginning here on page 130 through page 142. And whenever you're finished, please be seated.
Ose shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ose shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, amen, amen. Ose shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen.
And now we get to continue with Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for reading the Torah on this Shabbat morning. Who's excited for some Torah? All right, their hands went up and there was some sound from all of you, so that's good. Nice. All right, good. Everyone's awake and paying attention. It's excellent. You're awake?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. So we should probably proceed. So big page jump. We ready? We're going to go to page 244 for our Torah service. 244.
Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai himloch le'olam ma'en, Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
Please stand.
Avarachamim etim hamitzolcha et Zion, himnei chomot Yerushalayim, himecha levad batachnu, melech el ram benisa adon olamim.
246 is where we continue now.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'nevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo
Please be seated. So we're going to read from, I say we actually, not we. Justin is going to be reading from this fabulous Torah portion called Vayigash. It's going to be a quiz question, by the way, for when you leave. You can't leave the room until everyone remembers the word Vayigash. So it's not Vayigash? It's not Vayigash?
Yigash.
Everyone remember Vayigash?
Everybody must remember Vayigash.
Yes. Vayigash. Vous le connaissez Vayigash? Huh? Yeah. So it's a fabulous Torah portion, and the Torah portion is amidst this 4 sections of Torah that is commonly known as the story of Joseph and his brothers. It's interesting. Some people say, I think it's interesting. Tell me if you think it's interesting. That God is able to create the entirety of the universe in a couple of verses, and it takes 4 entire Torah portions for brothers to figure out how to interact with each other. So it shows that when humans get involved, we complicate things slightly. And when God can do things by God's self, then it's a little more efficient. And humanity maybe messes with things a little bit. I don't have a sibling, so I just mess things up by myself. Do you have a sibling?
2.
2. So then, yeah, you have. Yeah, it's nice. So
Yeah, we messed everything up.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I just messed it up by myself. So Justin's going to be chanting from the Torah. The Torah scroll itself has no markings at all of any kind of punctuation. So there's no grammar in the Torah. There are no periods or commas in the Torah. There are no markings for trope, which is a tune that is in the Torah. Actually, the Torah itself, this Torah scroll, from the beginning to end, seems like one long run-on sentence, but it isn't. It is divided into sections and parts and musical notations and all of those components. And so when we study Torah, we know that section has punctuation, and Justin has been studying and knows that punctuation, and he is going to be chanting right from that scroll for us on this fine Shabbat day. Preceding and following each section of his reading, we're going to be inviting people up to the bima for something called an aliyah. An aliyah means to, it's like an ascent, an ascension. So to come up. So people will be invited to come up to be near the Torah, and they will be doing a blessing before and after each section of Torah. That's what the aliyah is. You can follow along, by the way, with those blessings if you'd like. They're on page 250 in your prayer book. And if you want to follow along with the reading, if you'd like, that is on page 287. 268. It's on 268, you're saying. All right. 268. Let me get that right. 268? Yeah? All right. 268. Okay. I'm going to go to 268 myself. Okay. Okay. All right, so he'll be reading each of these sections for us, and we're going to be inviting people up. So for the honor of the first aliyah, we're going to invite a great-grandfather up. We're going to invite Morris up to join us up here on the bima. Yamod Moshe ben Natan v'Raziel la Torah.
there's a thing right here for you to read off of. No, I can bend it for you.
Baruch Adonai, Baruch, Baruch Adonai, Hamelech Olam Vayed, Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu Melech Olam, Asher Barach Banu Mikol Amim, V'nasa Manu Esther, so Baruch Adonai, Nosein HaTorah.
Amen, amen.
You can sit down. Vayahi miket shenatime yamim ufar halem vahine omed hal al hayeor vahine min hayeor olot sheva parot Yefot mare uvriot vasar vatir ena ba'ahu vahine sheva aherot sheva parot aherot olot aharehen min hayeor Ra'ot mare verakot basar vata'amodna etzer haparot al sefat hayeor.
Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher nasan lanu Torah, emes v'chayei olam, netov v'sochenu, Baruch Adonai, nosein haTorah.
Nice. You should know that we're like the rest of the world experiencing a pandemic, and so we are. There are things that are not happening and happening here in our sanctuary that usually would. We would have, of course, by the way, had people up join us by the ark. We would have walked the Torah around. We're also transitioning between different Torah portions because we've reassigned dates and moved things around. So you should, anyone watching on our live stream also was thinking to themselves, well, what's going on there? It's because we're still under this pandemic rule and all these different mishigas that we're trying to deal with. So just wanted to, I didn't mention that at the beginning of our Torah service, but I wanted to mention that now. We're going to continue now with our second aliyah of the Torah. It's a pleasure to invite Jason and Mindy to join us for the next aliyah. Yamdu Ephraim ben Mevod ve'Monsilea ve'Masha Elka bat Shalom Binyamin ve'Meira v'Ardala Torah.
Baruch et Hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bakar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Justin, go ahead and chant that second
Yeah, you're not
aliyah.
supposed to read the bottom part until I finish. That's for both of you. Okay. Vatohalna haparot, raot hamare, verakot habasar. Et sheva haparot, yafot hamare, vehabriot, vaikatz paro, vaishan, vayahalom sheni, vehine sheva shibolim, olot bekane echad, beriot vetovot. Vehine sheva shibolim, dakot ushtufot kadim, somhot acharehen, vativlana hashibolim, hadakot, et sheva hashibolim, habriot, vehamleot, vaikatz paro, Vehine halom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. So before we move on to the third Aliyah, which will be our Bar Mitzvah, doing our blessings and our Torah reading, just want to, of course, mention in our presence, particularly for our Torah, the presence of Alan Fisher, who, of course, passed in October, but is very much here with us in these moments and in these very treasured moments for all of us. So before we continue with the third Aliyah, I wanted to mention that for everyone. And now, Justin, sir, please. The third Aliyah. Ya'amod Gershon Avraham ben Ephraim v'Masha Elka bar mitzvah. All right, go ahead, buddy.
Barhu et Adonai hamvora.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvora leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher baharbanu miko ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayehi mikitz shenatayim yamim ufar oholem vahine amer al hayeor vahine min hayeor olot sheva parot yefot mahamare uvriot basar vatirena Ba'ahu vehine sheva paroda herod oloda harehen min hayeor raot mare vedakot basar vata amodna et ser haparot al sefat hayeor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Simin tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, yehei lanu. Simin tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, simin tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, yehelanu, 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 ulecho Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulecho Yisrael, David melech Yisrael, Chai v'kayam, David melech Yisrael, Chai v'kayam. Simin tov, a mazel tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, a mazel tov, a simin tov, yehelanu.
Mazel tov. Woohoo! Yes, very nice. Also, mazel tov to those of you who threw the candy really well. That was impressive. Some of you got those candies pretty far. It was very impressive. Some of you cheated and got closer, but some of you were really great. That was excellent. Excellent throwing and excellent celebrating. With the Torah still in front of us, we think of those in our community who are in need of healing, physical, emotional, or spiritual healing. If there is someone that you are thinking of that is in need of healing and you would like to share their name, please share their name at this time. משבח אבותינו ואמותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, חלב ולאה, הוא יברך את החולים. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם, להחלימם ולפותם ולהחזיקם וישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף. השתה בגלה בזמן קריב ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. As together we say, Amen.
Amen.
Justin, thank you for collecting all of the candy. That is excellent. Are you going to eat them or now throw them back at everybody? Okay, good. That is your prerogative. We get to be celebrating the Shabbat and you, so good. It's a good collection to snag anyone with one of those candies. It's really good. There's a reason why we don't use Jolly Ranchers. Those would really be painful, I think. They taste good, but these are easier to eat. So we are going to conclude our Torah service now. Isn't that right, Cantor Machnik?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
Excelente. So we're turning to page 256 in our prayer books, 256 at the bottom.
Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar edracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom Ashimenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Kadesh Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu
Take some moments now, Justin, for your parents, if they want to say something nice to you. This is probably which I'm sure they do. This is their shot to do that. So be prepared for, oh, nice, good throwing. It's very good. You're still very good at this.
I was telling my sister I'm going to try not to cry here. Justin, your family and I are so proud of how well you performed today. More importantly, we are proud of the wonderful young man that you have become. Reading from the Torah is certainly not easy. It required hard work and a lot of effort. Justin, you are an amazing young man who has now accomplished putting another feather in your hat. This milestone marks a Jewish child's passage into adulthood. It is very tough to try and tell everyone here within a few minutes why I'm particularly impressed with the young man that you have become. But I figured I would point out to you and everyone in this room some of your qualities that I most admire. Your warm heart, your kind soul, your sarcastic sense of humor, your brilliant mind, and your ability to retain vast amounts of facts. And we can all attest to that. I'm going to give you some examples that highlight these admirable traits. I mentioned what a warm heart you have. It is quite apparent in the way you interact with your siblings and your family members. You are the best big brother to both Benjamin and to Ella. You are always playing with Benjamin and even grooming him to be your sidekick in any game or activity of your liking, especially of your liking. You are such a natural, caring older brother to Ella as well. Whenever she gets agitated, all you have to do is look at her and make your funny faces, and you distract her with your smile, and she instantly stops fussing and lights up. You are also extremely kind to your great-grandfather, always attending to him, and we saw that today, and making sure that he's taken care of. Even your Aunt Stephanie, she shared with me actually a story about her shoulder. She hurt herself, and you showed genuine compassion and how concerned you were with her. Last but not least, the way you care for your pets. It is apparent that you have this warm and loving heart. Anyone who sees Justin with animals, it's wonderful. I'm going to digress. I won't take too long. But I can remember like yesterday that when he was ages between 2 and 3, how he loved Thomas the Train. He knew every engine, their associated color, the songs and stories that were connected to them. Then as he got older, he became a professor with dinosaurs. He had me reading these dinosaur and paleontology textbooks that were passed down to us from Uncle Mike, who actually has been on many paleontology digs. Justin had me reading these books every single night, over and over. We read them daily. He's like a sponge with his brilliant mind, absorbing all the facts, the minutiae, and every little detail. I can never forget, and I got some of these things mixed up, and he would always correct me, like the difference between a pliosaurus and a Lioplorodon. But he was always there to correct me and set me on the right path. See, there he goes. There was even a time in Colorado where he stopped a paleontologist who was teaching an entire class because he went on his own sermon about different habitats of the different dinosaur families. I remember how impressed the man was with his intelligence at age 4 or 5. So anyway, now he's teaching Benjamin all about Pokemon and the different evolutions of each character. Of course, I could go on, but I want to let everyone in this room, and Justin most of all, know how proud I am, or how we are, of this performance today. But this is not nearly as important as the fact that we're incredibly proud of the young man that you have become. We love you and are fortunate to be a part of this milestone in your life, and look forward to the journey ahead. I love you.
Justin, I am so proud of how well you did today. More than that, I am proud of the wonderful young man you've become. You are so kind, funny, and truly smart. Your quick-witted sarcasm often has me smiling and laughing. I have learned so much from you. For example, I have learned more about trains, dinosaurs, and Pokemon in the last 13 years than most people will learn in a lifetime. It gives me so much pride and warms my heart to hear you speak about your interests. I am so impressed by the hard work you have put into learning Hebrew and studying the Torah in preparation for today. You have stuck with it, even though at times you were frustrated and wanted to quit. You did not give up. Your Mitzvah project, raising money for Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, was a huge success. You exceeded your goal by over $1,000. Your Pop-Pop would have been so proud of you. He really wanted to be here to celebrate with you. Sorry. Today, you're considered an adult in the synagogue, and I know you will continue to grow into an impressive young man. You have so many gifts, you could do anything really. And I want you to always remember how proud of you I am. And how thankful I am to have you as my son. I love you, Justin. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff. This is just the first hour. We got 3 more hours of this. No, you know what we have for you? We have some gifts. So if you look on the bottom left over there, look underneath on the bottom left. See, there's a gift, and then there's a book, and there's a certificate. You see all that stuff? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff under there. Yeah, that's all yours. So yeah, that book, good, and there's a certificate. You see that? All right. So the certificate is your bar mitzvah certificate. You see we all signed it, so you can put that aside. That's for you to keep and take home or frame, put it in an important place for all of these beautiful milestones we'll get to celebrate with you throughout your life. That's one. That book you're grabbing right now, you see that book? What does it say on the cover?
It's the Torah.
It's the Torah, which is a good one. We like to give you the Torah. What does it say on the inside? We'll look on the inside, on that inside cover. It says on the inside cover something. What does it say?
It says the Torah, the travel edition.
Yeah, and then, no, like right on the inside. Inside. Is there a little sticker in there or something?
Turn it, for everything is in it. Talmud Avat 5:2. Presented to Justin Green on the occasion of his bar mitzvah. Iketz, December 4th, 2021. 30 Kislev 5782. By the Congregation of B'nai Israel, Boca Raton, Florida.
Yay, that's for you. There's your Torah for you to keep. And then you have two gifts. So that gift in your hand right now is from the sisterhood of the congregation. Open that up. Let's see what's in there.
I would like to thank the sisterhood for this gift.
It's nice of you. I think you're the first kid who ever have said that, ever, by the way.
Really?
Literally. I think you're the first kid that's ever said that, standing there.
I'm
getting
surprised.
that gift from the sisterhood. So yeah, thank you. I'm going to tell them that you said that. Thanks, Justin.
It's a very nice cup.
Yes, it's a very nice,
Very
it's a Kiddush cup, right? So it's,
Yes.
you can use it on Friday nights, you can use it on Saturday mornings, you can use it for big celebratory events in your life. You should hold on to it. I've done many weddings, by the way, and
very beautiful.
people use their Kiddush cup they got at their bar bat mitzvah for their wedding. So you hold on to that and use it for special occasions.
It's
okay?
very beautiful.
Thanks, buddy. This is like the nicest responses we've ever received from anybody ever. And that's from the Brotherhood.
Before I open it, I'd also like to thank the Brotherhood, as it
Nice.
should be fair. I needs to be fair about it. I can't just thank one and not thank the other.
You're right. You're 100% correct.
It's another book, which is wonderful. It's a voice called Stories of Jewish Heroism by Yossi Katz.
Nice. It's a book of like Jewish heroes and stuff. So nice. So that is also for you on behalf of the Brotherhood. So those are all the gifts we have for you to celebrate this moment with you on this beautiful morning with you and your family here. And I just want to say one thing to you, and that is that speaking of heroes, I think that there's this interesting connection with not just your Torah portion this week that you read from, but from all of the 4 Torah portions that are surrounding it. There are 4 in total. And what's interesting about the back half, because there are 2 and then there are 2, and the last 2 they're all about Joseph and his brothers. And do you like superheroes in general? Are you a superhero guy?
Superheroes are cool, but my dad's way more into superheroes than I am.
All right. Okay. Excellent. So most of you might know the quote, "With great power comes great responsibility." Right? That's quoted by a lot of people, but perhaps most famed by Spider-Man. And so it's interesting because Joseph, in these weeks, has no power at the beginning, and then eventually has a ton of power. And he has to figure out, particularly in the next couple of weeks, what he's going to do with that power, because he has great responsibility. So is he going to use that power for good, or is he going to use that power for evil, or is he just not going to use that power at all? Is he just going to miss out on the chance to use the power? And so, Justin, I'm pretty confident that everyone in this room who knows you and loves you and cares about you, including us on the Bima, who are we feel so blessed to have shared in preparing you for this moment, and hopefully sharing many more happy occasions with you and your family. I know I'm speaking for Kenner Muchnick. I know I'm speaking for Tomer, your tutor, who really also adores you. That you have this power now. You as a bar mitzvah have this power. And so now that you have this power comes the responsibility for you to share this power properly with your friends, with your siblings, with other people in your life. And before, that responsibility, by the way, was there, but it was mostly Jewishly guided by your parents. Now, your parents will always be your guides forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But now, as a bar mitzvah, that power falls to you. So we know you're going to make those great choices with this power that you have as a bar mitzvah. And like I said, we really hope to, for a very long time, be sharing and watching you make those fabulous choices now. As this power has come to you, like the power came to Joseph in these weeks in our Torah. And if it's cool with you, Justin, Cantor Muchnick and myself would like to do a little blessing for you on this very special day. You good with that?
I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, he's good with that. All right. Let's do it.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God God's presence shine upon you.
Isa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha
May this presence that God shines upon you also grant you peace all the days of your life, as together we say, Amen. We are going to begin to conclude our service on this Shabbat morning with Aleinu, page 282 in your Siddur, and together we stand.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad.
We mourn the passing of Philip Siegel, husband of our member Shelley Siegel. We also think of those in the period of Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period, Mitchell Lubitz and Arlene Portnoy, and ayortzites that occur for us on this Shabbat: Lois Eisenberg, Ruth Bloom, Selma Brick, Sadie Furing, Morris Goldstein, Louis Granovsky, David Hoffman, Eleanor Kendall, Marcia Kane, Bernard Leventhal, Neil Lulav, Philip Nadell, Eli Plaskow, Matilda Richmond, Burton Rubin, Hyman Sachs, Harvey Sandler, Nora Shaughnessy, Storm Shaughnessy, Benjamin Skolnick, Elizabeth Solomon, Saul Steinberg, Sadie Stern Schulman, Milton Wash, Ann Weinstein Koch, Aaron Werman, Rose Zuckerman. To those names, we had any name that you would like to add at this time. Kadisha Tom Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 294. Yitkadal v'kadash mirabah, ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, chayechon v'yomechon v'chay d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabah mevorach le'olam olamei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei l'kudisha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, as together we say, amen. Please be seated. We are going to conclude our service this afternoon with
Ein Kelohenu.
Ein Kelohenu. That is on page 322.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Ein Kelohenu, Ein en kadonenu, en kemalkeinu, en kemoshienu. Micheloheinu, michadonenu, michemalkeinu, michemoshienu, en keloheinu, en kadonenu, en kemalkeinu, en kemoshienu, en keloheinu, en kadonenu, en kemalkeinu, en kemoshienu. Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, en Eloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu, en Eloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, en Eloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu, en Eloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, en Eloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu, en Eloheinu, en Kadonenu, en Kemalkeinu, en Kemoshienu.
Adonai Oz Lamo Yiten, Adonai Varechat Amo Vashalom. May God give strength unto our people, continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace. Mazel Tov and Shabbat Shalom, everybody.